Hello, and welcome to another art stream. Whoops, I left that open. It's the little running gag. Just 1 second. Oops. As I leave it open for longer. Okay. Yeah, I was gonna do some more of these art challenges. 1 sec. Okay. Got some coffee today, starting with. Yes, continue work on some of these. I've been working on some art prompts, and I think maybe I'll start a new one right now. I'm gonna do my warm ups. I feel a lot better than I did earlier this. Well, I mean, you weren't there on that stream, but I feel good today. I feel rested, and despite things being a bit hectic lately, today was a pretty good day. So. Let's see if anyone's. Huh. Okay. Anyway, I'll check that out later. I'm gonna do some work on some just figure drawings. So I'll clear this up. Do some figure art first, and then we'll get into the other stuff. Sorry. 1 second. Hello! Thanks for dropping in! Yeah, I bet. I'm just I was getting ready anyway, so yeah. Hope you're having a pretty good day. Mine was okay. Some weirdness, but that's work, so. Wow. I think I made a little bit more progress on the rig today. I did get some more of the mouth done. I hope. Every time I seem to like fix something else breaks to a degree, or I notice something that can be fixed is the bigger thing. Because like I found out that something I was using for the inside of the mouth could be put at a lower opacity, and it works way better. So now I kind of have to like redo a bunch of parameters, but that's okay. It's not the end of the world kind of stuff. It's just kind of like just slows me down a little bit, but at least I'm starting. I mean, at least I understand it way better now than I did when I started. So now it's less of guessing and more of just refining. So that's good. 1 second. I'm gonna get this. You know what? The last few days. Let's just do some chill jazz today. I could use something calm in this chaos week. Thanks. Yeah, I have like 19 days, so pressure, 100% pressure. But I'll try my best. when I get closer to being, well, no. I was gonna say when I get closer, I'll show some of it, but it's all or nothing at this point. I've kept it hidden for long enough that I really want to just like debut the entire thing done. So, or at least the face done, honestly. If I can get the face done, then the rest will be, I'm sure, work in itself, but different kind of problems. Thanks. Well, like I said, worst case, I just buy a month of subscription at the end of this month, end of this subscription. So I'm not gonna let myself get scared into subpar work. I do that with my regular. No, I'm just kidding. But no, I just want it's really important that this character looks right, especially because I've been coming up with some more stuff about the lore, like we were talking about yesterday, and like I'm really trying to think about like how I'm going to illustrate that. I was thinking almost of even like making the storyboard or the animatic for his animatic kind of match the duality of his personalities, because like on one side my character is this very like energetic and positive character who just wants to almost spilled coffee on myself. He wants to study the lore of this world. I mean, the creatures of this world and learn their names and learn about all this stuff because it's a chance of a lifetime, and because, well, the more knowledge he gains, the closer he is to gaining back his name. And then, but on the other side of things, more than even the food, which we were talking about yesterday, and I was joking about, is the power. He suddenly has this like being aligned with him that's giving him significant amounts of strength to survive, and in return it kind of takes the wheel at times. So I might even like show that in in the coloring and in the mood of the animatic, which will probably be, I'm aiming for 40 seconds, but we'll see if it has to be longer. I don't want it long because even with an animatic, it's a lot of frames. And it can be. So, but yeah, it'll be interesting because it's showing this switch in him where he suddenly realizes he has to let this creature take control sometimes because he doesn't know well how to fight at all. So anytime that situation pops up, he has to relinquish control, because the things like the Unseelie Court do not mess around. Like yesterday I was joking about Oberon, but the Unseelie Court's a much bigger threat, because most of the Seelie Court doesn't really, either is just indifferent or maybe tries to throw tricks, tries to mess with him as well, but not in violent ways, more in just trying to understand him and poke and prod at him kind of ways. Find out why a human has fairy power, has like dragon abilities and other fae abilities are popping up in him that and they're just like, that's not really normal. So yeah, it's kind of like a character who jumps between like Steve Irwin in the Fae realm and, I mean, your typical, and at times your typical anime protagonist almost, where it's like you just not typical actually. Maybe like I don't know. I'll think more about what the fairy how it behaves because it's thousands of years old, so it's going to act very different from him. The thing that he's aligned himself with. And I thought about it for the reason he's not really too worried about the food issue is because actually the Fae that aligned with him has Will of the Wisp friends, and they've been bringing food from the human world to feed him. Because a lot of what's around him is poisonous in a lot of situations. So these little like Fae, like Will of the Wisps, can slink into the human world and through cracks in between reality and bring him things, and because he can't. And the reason he can't just do that is obviously he's not they're immaterial. They're just like energy. They can pop through anything. So yeah, I thought that was kind of a clever way of like explaining why he's not trapped there because of the food clause. Yeah, he's trying his best just to survive, really, but at the same time, like I said, there's parts where he's having fun. So I was even thinking of like starting it like kind of like a on an upbeat note of him marching along, and everything's almost like a kid's drawing. A kid's illustration, and then it just gets darker as it goes along, as it's transitioning into the control of the background scenery keeps changing, and he keeps changing with the background. Maybe is what I'm gonna do, but we'll play around with some other ideas too. So, because the other one was just a straightforward story where it's like takes place possibly in media res. I'm not sure how I'm gonna do it. Hello, thanks for dropping in. And he's gonna, where it's kind of like he's already lost his arm, and he's kind of like trying to figure out how to survive in this place, and then the story actually starts with him meeting the Fae that's gonna align with him because it's near death too. So it's like they kind of make an alliance for him to bring it back to life and it to save him from his injury. And being marooned in the Fae realm. Like those two things combined. So oops. And he doesn't gain power by eating other Fae. He gains power by learning their abilities and their names. So cataloging them actually kind of like... It's essentially like, there's this girl in My Hero Academia that had that ability, but with engineering. Like, she could make any tool that she understood. And that's kind of how he is with the Fae, where if he understands them more, then he can... like he can emulate them if he understands their abilities, and more than just like their story versions of their abilities, he has to like see how they work in the environment. Well, and the other thing I want to work on this after or during March is like seeing Blue work on the little what starlets, right? Seeing her work on those, I would like to work on making custom wisps based on different creatures. So I'm trying to come up with some things. I was thinking like I don't know, playing around with ideas, trying to just think of like how I can minimize a lot of really powerful spirits, like make a little like Leshy one or something that's floating around, but it's like just like a briar patch with maybe with a like maybe it's really just the briar patch kind of like and then like encircling a deer skull and it just floats around him. And that could be that could be an avatar for one of his elements. Because his main one is the fire one, and I'm still not really sure what that's going to be, what creature that's going to be. It could be just a fire elemental, or it could be like a like a fire golem, and it just when it's not in that form, it just like unfolds on itself and becomes this huge like soldier made of flames. So or it could be a giant bird. I don't know. It could... I mean, there's so many fire birds in folklore, so and another thing I'm thinking about, but this is further down the way, but like kind of like how Blue found that group, I was thinking maybe if I could find a folklore group or a group of like VTubers that are all about like based around fantasy creatures, and we just start up a group. That would be kind of fun. Because I know a few people that have like fantasy based VTubers. I'm just not sure if they're part of groups already, but I would love to contact and find out if they'd be up for that. What was that thing I was gonna... Oh, that was that other thing. That's something I have to ask. I'll ask her in a minute. Because I noticed Blue was actually on top of that she had some kind of... I know she's making some kind of group, and I was thinking about it, and I'd be up for it. I just wouldn't want to take that spot away from someone that is more in the fantasy and the like the type of gaming that she likes. I don't want to take that position away from someone else who is into that. But if that's not an issue, then I'd be up for that. I'll have to let her know. I forget what that's called. What that group's called. It's that one that she did the thumbnail for. That looks like the Brady Bunch kind of thing. I don't know if you... Where it's like the squares, and she... Yeah. Okay, good. Now you're making me worried. No, I'm kidding. No, I'm sure it's... yeah, no, that's... I'm not worried about things being wrong. I'm just saying that, like, there's plenty of, like, other VTubers that are fantasy... I mean, are sci-fi based or play Marvel Rivals. So, I wouldn't want to take their spot, is all I'm saying. Because otherwise, I mean, I would never say no. But, yeah, we'll see. Plus, I mean, I'm part of the group, so I'm already part of a different group with her, so... I'm more excited about those meetings starting up. Like we were talking about yesterday with waffles and thing. So it's really fun drawing while you guys work on all that stuff. Like the work on the getting the script and the dialogue to work together. Still need to check out those links Waffles sent me, but I have a couple other places I need to look too. I found a couple online classes that I was going to look into for advice. One more drawing and then I'll get to work. Let's see. These are always good. Let's see. Let's see what we got here. I already did that one once. I don't want to do it again. Yeah, because no, I'd love to get back to work on the comic, but honestly, between this and like starting this up soon, I'm kind of more focused on all that. Like, the comic would be nice to get a little further along, but for now, this is just getting this stuff, getting some like time lapse videos done, and then getting ready to move into the project is more exciting. It's windy out today. So The weather, it's been raining all afternoon, so. Okay, let's get to work. Here. I forgot about that. I keep forgetting that I don't need to say. I don't need that anymore. Just rainstorms here. I think it was raining all day, but it was kind of I don't know the intensity because I was in the middle of the factory, so. Let's see. What was I? Oh yeah, I was looking up some reference for this. Oh right, because this is the wrong. See, the only thing I don't like about PureRef is that you can't have. I don't think you can have a lot of windows open with this app. And I just made this one reference file like so huge because I put all my reference images in it because I was tired of them being like locked away inside my computer where I couldn't get to them. So now they're all just like, you know, 1 second. Well, literally, maybe not a second. I'll just draw while I'm waiting because it's gonna be a moment. I'll do one more pose while I wait for this to save. Is it saved? Oh, it's saved. Okay, good. There we go. Okay. March of Dragons. Hydras today. Okay. I think something fun to do with the Hydra, like maybe you look at some different snakes. Yeah. Trying to find a fun one actually. Like there are some cute. I think, like, do you know of any really cute or fun looking or goofy looking snakes? I'm trying to think. I swear there's one that's. There's definitely ones that are more aggressive looking, but I want one that's the opposite. I was gonna do like a couple different types and think it's isn't there one like a hog nose or something like that? I think those are, if I remember right, those are pretty funny looking. Let me see. Yeah, this little guy, he's kind of funny looking. He's got kind of a curled up nose. Like it kind of. Let's see, they're kind of tiny. Yeah, they're tiny little guys. Okay, cool. Let me see. Sorry, just one second. That's the wrong one. No, don't. Okay, sorry. Now look. Sorry. Let's see what you got for me. Oh, okay. What is that one on top? That one on the bottom right is the best. I have no idea what that one on the top looks like. It looks like a slug. It's crazy. Let me see what those are. Do you have their names? Yeah, because see, this is what like a hog nose looks like. I mean, I'm sure you know, but like they kind of just have like their nose kind of just goes like this. Kind of makes like a shape like that. Like to get a little boop. And they got these like big eyes on the side. And they're like teeny tiny. Like you could fit them on a finger. I could make them like all wrapped around an acorn. They're so small. I'm not even sure what they really prey on. I'll have to look them up because I can't. Must be either they're insectivores or they actually do eat some fruit. I can't remember. Yeah, they are pretty cute. That one on the right though was pretty cute too looking though. So that's why I was curious what that one's called. Because I don't think I've seen that. Some of those look familiar, kind of, but I don't remember any of their names. Oh, okay. That's alright. Let's just grab this image of this hognose and then start looking up some other ones. Maybe I'll just put in, you know what, I'll just put in cute snakes. See if I get what I get. The hognose comes back. Western hognose looks really pretty. It's like a white, pure white snake with red eyes. What's this little guy? These are... I like their pattern. These are pretty. What are they called though? Guys, you can't just show me the image and not say what it's called. Okay, so let's see what the comments say. No, you can't just... I think these are boas in pythons. Because, like, they definitely have those kind of patterns. They're not, it's not, because they're not threatening patterns, and usually venomous snakes have more, like, you know, noticeable, like, dangerous patterns. Like, these are more like, almost like, leopard spots kind of thing going on with these little guys. Or, like, just a reoccurring, like, spot, kind of like, pattern that's just, like, soft and round. One's almost like this one's kind of pretty. It's like a light purple and a white. Is this another hognose, or is this it doesn't look like a hognose. It might be a gardener snake. That'd be another thing that would be good for a hydra, because I grew up with those in our backyard. Even though as a kid I used to think they were called gardener snakes. I didn't know it was a T. That one's pretty. This one's pink and it's like next to a flower. That's kind of cool. It's probably poisonous. Actually, I don't know if it is. Because there's only a certain amount of snakes that are even that dangerous. Like most are pretty low venom. Because they don't need it. Oh, yellow albino corn snake. That might be what this was. Okay, this one's not, it's not, but it's a pretty one nonetheless. Yeah, corn snakes are kind of pretty. They have like they have a fun pattern to them. Yeah, that's where the white and purple one came from. It was a corn snake. Yeah. Oh, we know that this is something different. I'm sorry. Lavender albino king snake. I mean, someone's handling it, so either it's venomous and they're just very used to it, or it's not venomous at all. But I'm hoping it's it's not venomous. Because I've seen plenty of like YouTubers who had to go to like the hospital because they get these dangerous pets and don't and are reckless with them. And it's like, guys, that's a Gila monster. Don't mess with it. It's got monster in its name. It's not a lizard that you want to poke and prod at. Well, these ones are cool. This one kind of reminds me of that snake from Robin Hood almost. What are they called? They're like banana snakes, I think. No. Oh, he's so tiny. This one's the size of a lime. This one's wrapped around a lime. It's so small. I think Hognose wins. I'm sorry. It's just too cute. Here. What's this? Tell me that's not cute. It's just a little... It's a babu! They're so teeny tiny. Wait a minute. Okay, I have to share this one. This one's funny. Someone must have like made this for this one. That's so cute. It's got a little like helmet on. But yeah, really, they just have like this like kind of like goofy kind of, not even goofy, just a cute smile, really. Yeah, isn't it? Maybe the... Ooh, maybe it's like Raking of Kings, where one of them has a little scratch over its eye. Because that was probably one of the... Even though that's a more dangerous snake, the way they present it, it's really a cute snake. for such a giant beast. Because it shows it growing up, and it's just like you can tell that its master cares for it a lot, and it was... I don't know if you've... I think I sent you that opening. That's such a good show. I'm gonna change it to being a hand, or someone's just holding this thing between their fingers, kind of. Because they are tiny. Like you can literally, you can just hold them in your palm, the palm of your hand. Even when the bigger ones, like this one, you can easily hold in the palm of your hand. So. There's no rule on the amount of heads, but I'll make 5. Yeah, one of these little guys is like the size of a ring finger when they're infants. That's how small they are when they start out. And I think as big as some of them get. So yeah. Right? Yeah, they're tiny. That's what I mean by that's why that helmet is so, that little like helmet on that snake is so cute, because it's just like, clearly it's like from a miniature or something. Like they had to like really find make a small tiny helmet out of like, it looks like it's on like clay or something possibly. I don't think their tongues are that long. Yep. Head scritches. It's like different colors. Yeah, there's some really nice, like really light, like almost like pastel colors that I really want. I want to go for that with this little guy. Kind of like one of them. Like that. It's like maybe like a white on a bright white on top of that for like the. Dun, 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 dun. Let's see what else we got. Maybe put some other purple, like a darker purple into it, but not like a darker color. Just maybe like a slightly darker, but just for like. face. And make the eyes like a... Boom, boom, boom. Maybe 3 heads is... 4 heads is good. Yeah. I mean, there's no rules on size. A Hydra is a Hydra, no matter what. Just a little guy, little guy. Yeah. Yeah, like one of the heads we grew, it grew a new head and it's a different color. Ooh, I got a better idea. No, it's fine. You should know. I'm gonna make each one different. Because I was thinking about it, and that would be a cool way to show that it's like that each one's a different. Like it's yeah. Oops, that's not the right layer. Good thing this is light. I'm gonna have to put cool. Putting those two right next to each other seems like a mistake, so I'll make the other one this one. be slightly different. It will have like a stripe going down its back. It'll be otherwise the similar colors, but maybe the main one is actually the white one. That'd be kind of cool if the purple white one's the main, and then like all these other things are popping off that are the others. Yeah, it's always fun to kind of play with expectations when it comes to especially these kind of like famous creatures from folklore. Like you always think of this as such a dangerous giant creature. But it's kind of fun to play with that expectation a little bit. I might have to make that a little more muted because that's a little bit more like that. Yeah, and how I didn't get a chance to look it up, but I'm still curious, like what it. Let's see if I can find that out. I'm just curious. Oh, they eat toads. Well, some of them do. Some of them eat. What is a hognose viper? That's not a hognose. Commonly kept hognose beaver. Probably crickets and other small bugs too, because I guess they make good pets. Makes sense because they're really small and they probably can't move. I mean, they're probably kind of quick, but I mean, I imagine if they trust you, they're not gonna bolt every time you pick them up. Yeah, sometimes they eat frogs, I guess, but I can't imagine. Huh. Yeah, but this is like the adults. So I'm sure that they. I mean, they're opportunists like any other snakes, so I'm sure they just eat small prey until they can get the bigger things. So. So they talk about rodents, but they also say that, like, obviously the rodents are going to defend themselves, so be prepared for that. And yeah. So I can't imagine when they're really small, I don't think they can eat anything really big. They probably only eat like a very small select group of prey. Like probably termites and crickets and smaller, maybe very weak rodents, like, but definitely not the bigger ones. They are too small for a lot of things. Yeah, I think bugs are a big part of their diet early on. I mean, I know certain species can handle bigger prey, like pythons. You're supposed to feed them mice, but little different in the wild, so a domesticated pet would probably eat very different things, like mainly just bugs, probably. Or frozen mice, I guess. Like, because I have heard of that. Or maybe frozen mealworms. Which, back when I had pet lizards, I would have chosen the mealworms over the crickets, but you had to keep them frozen, so that's the part I hated. Because they were a little gross, but at least they didn't smell. Whereas like crickets smell awful, so terrible. Because they're just like you just keep them in this like bug like I used this big like container with a kind of like a jar like with a lid and holes punched in it, and then they give you like cardboard that they eat, and like I guess you can put plants in there or I put dog food in there. So wet dog food combined with wet cardboard and slightly wet bugs combined together, like right underneath your terrarium. Smells worse than anything in the terrarium, even when they poop. It's like, does not compare. Like, even though leopard geckos get kind of big, I mean, they get medium size. They're not very big reptiles. I'd say they're a pretty good early reptile to own because they're pretty low key. And they're really cute when they're young. I had one for like 4 years, and I think they live. I think they live at least between 12 to 17 years. But I gave it to like a friend of my sister's because she didn't mind the cricket smell, and I was kind of done with it. I think they're pretty low key. I'd say, see, because like anything less, like I had like a Knowles, and I don't think they're good pets because they don't live long enough to be considered pets. Really, they unfortunately just live like a little over a year in captivity. They might live a little longer in the wild, but only because nature demands that. They are not the smartest lizard out there. Swifts are a pretty good one too, because I think they live like 5 years, so that's pretty good for an early pet. Kind of helps you decide if you really want to get into lizards. Yeah, and those are kind of rough to own, kind of like mice, where like or rats, where rat. I mean, I think especially actually rats would be harder, I think, than anoles because they actually have more intelligence. So they, so like you lose you lose an anole, you're just like, oh well, I'll just go buy like five more. You lose a rat, it's like you feel like you lost a friend. Like my brother had hamsters, and I don't know how he did that. That must be a lot harder to lose than a lizard. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love those lizards, but I knew how long they were going to live. I mean, it did make it easier when they did go, but it was much less painful than if they had been an animal that I could have played with. You can't just put a lizard in a little ball and walk around the house with them. They would probably freeze. And they're not near their heat rock or any of that kind of stuff. At least here. Maybe in the summer it would have been okay, but we had enough escape attempts. We didn't need to add to that. Yeah. Okay, I think this is pretty good. You can clean it up more later, like with the other ones, but I think it's getting to a good point. So let's move on to the next. Dragon. It's so weird to think of this as a dragon, but it is. It's technically. I mean, I always. I guess that's kind of why I wanted to make it so small, because I kind of wanted to get out of the big animals. Could have got even smaller if it really wanted to, but yeah. What's the next one? Celestial. Speaking of the other side of the spectrum. Let's see. I know there's some snakes that eat fruit, so I was thinking for this one, making a dragon that's kind of like living inside of a planet that it's hollowed out. What would be another creature we could use? Because I know snake was one thing we were trying to not overuse, but maybe even just like a... Do they eat fruit? No, I don't think they do. Bum, 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 bum. Oh, yeah. Okay. No, that doesn't work. I kind of already based something off this, but I'll try it again. Or, something... I guess I could also do like an axolotl based one that's like just floating out in space. Kind of like in between the asteroids. Or some kind of giant skink of some kind. Maybe something like that though? I'm trying to think what I can do. A bat could be another thing I could use for some kind of dragon. I'm not sure if this is the right one, but that's... Ooh. Could even base it around like a turtle. What's this guy? Oh, hammerhead salamander. Those are weird looking creatures. That would work too. That would almost be like an angelic dragon. They look like something that like is not almost like if you. Like that's what they look like. They have this really weird head. What is that thing? Oh, it's a type of it's another axolotl. Yeah, they're just such strange creatures. Wait, this has to be AI. There's no, like, oh god, you're too weird. You have to be AI. I think it is. Yeah, some of this is AI. You lied to me. How dare you, Pinterest? Thought we were friends. Ugh. Liars. Yeah, I knew this day would come. I've been spoiled by the good side of it. And now I'm facing the darkness. It's too bad, but you can't last forever. Let's see what skinks look like. Guys. Because they're kind of cool since they're so long. Might be kind of cool to try something with that. Although they might work for something else, like a creature made out of an element, because even though that's more salamander than skink. What is this kind of lizard? Oh, earless lizard. Yeah. This 100% looks kind of like one of the monsters you fight in Monster Hunter World. it's like only because of the shot I have here where it's curled up around someone's arm, it looks just like one of these flying dragons. What would be a good dragon for like a cosmic or celestial? I guess the celestial would be the one I just showed you. Well, maybe I will just do that. I guess like that's how the just because of how weird and like it's an ancient, maybe a combination of that with a turtle actually, where it's got like this head that's kind of like just this. Let's see. Maybe not even. I think I know what to do. I need to make this much smaller. Imagine it's kind of like a. What is that called? It kind of feeds like a humpback whale, where it doesn't. It's lost the need for teeth for like regular teeth. Like it's just got like a filter. It's got those like micro, and it just like swims through like cosmic storms and just eats small little tiny creatures. You get web feet so it can move better and get more traction. Despite being pretty big, they are really fast. I can make more than one. Let's see, Texas. Maybe you don't even see their mouth normally, because that makes them look more like something that just doesn't even need to eat, really. No, that's not Celestial. Like a... I'm working on the Celestial Dragon. Beast is... trying to just think of like an... I'm using a hammerhead salamander because they look really bizarre, and I think the only other thing that I could think that would be a really good design also would be like a what are those called? There's like a type of shark that lives that lives really deep, that's like a prehistoric one. I forget what they're called. They have like they have really weird teeth. But this one's better for a dragon. For this dragon anyway. I'll probably use that for something else. There's one that's for ancient too, so that would be better for ancient. Kind of want to give it... I keep struggling with this, but I want to give it more than front and back legs. I'm going to give it 4 arms. Just to make it scarier. I just think I'm running out of fuel, so I'm gonna probably call it pretty soon because my brain is just shutting down as I'm working on this. That other arm was better. No, it wasn't. Never mind. What am I saying? This is a good place to call it. I don't want to rush into what I want to do next with this because I'm trying to put it in a composition and I don't want to overthink. I don't want to just throw it into something without thinking. So, I might even change the pose, but I like the creature. So it was a fun drawing session. I didn't get as much drawing. I didn't draw as much this time, but I think this one came out really good. So I think just these two alone is worth the drawing session alone. So thanks everyone who stopped by. I'll be streaming again on Friday, and I'll probably draw for a little longer on Friday. It's a weeknight, so I'm gonna just take it easy and unwind after this. So maybe try and get some more of my model done, but we'll see. Anyway, I hope you all have a good rest of your week, and I'll see you on Friday. So